What's up, gang? Hey man, in this video I'm going to break down exactly how to keep a girl attached to you, how to keep a girl obsessed with you. And literally, if you do not watch this video and you do not follow the steps that are within this video, you will never garner the respect from a woman in order for her to truly be obsessed and truly be attached to you. So if you liking the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, support the channel. Make sure you watch it to the very end. There's a ton of gold nuggets in this video. And with that being said, let's jump in. From my experience, it's only one way to have a girl attached to you. It's only one way to have a girl obsessed with you. And the one thing that you have complete control over in order to have a girl obsessed with you is you got to keep her emotionally engaged. Not you, but her. She has to stay emotionally engaged, and she has to experience a wide range of emotions with you in order for her to be attached to you. Some of those emotions have to include anger. Some of those emotions have to include jealousy, some form of jealousy. Some of those emotions have to include, joy, excitement. Some of those emotions have to include sadness. She has to feel a wide range of emotions, and it has to tie back to you in some way, somehow, right? Now, listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say you have to go through a wide range of emotions. You have to feel a wide range of emotions. As a guy, we don't want that goddamn emotional roller coaster. But for a woman to be attached to a guy, she needs that wide range of emotions in order to feel stimulated by that guy. This is one of the reasons why the bad guy, they can't keep their hands off of. And the way that you do that, the people be like, well, how do I keep a woman a wide range of emotions? First of all, asking that type of question shows that you care too fucking much. When you trying to figure out how do I keep her emotions widely ranged, you already lost. You will naturally do that when you move to the beat of your own drum. Because what you're going to find out about a lot of women, especially if you do end up taking them serious or being in a relationship with them, or even having them as a part of your rotation, you're going to find out that even though women talk shit about men all the time about being controlling, you're going to find out that women are actually just as controlling, if not more controlling, than men. They try their hardest and their best to have control over you, more so than even some men do. They talk shit about it when a man's controlling, but when they controlling, it's all good. But women are extremely controlling. Now, they try to do it subtly, but the more that you start hanging with them, they start being a little bit more and more overt. For example, let's say you're dating a chick, and let's say you're only seeing her once a week or something like that because you're busy. She's going to start trying to cry, emotionally manipulate you. She's going to start trying to bring up arguments. She's going to try to start things with you because she wants to see you more. She's going to try to do every emotional, mental manipulation technique on you because she wants to see you more. This is why. So this is her way of being controlling. She wants more time with you. You're not giving it to her. So now she's going to go through every manipulation technique that she can possibly go through. Whether it's, sometimes even some of their manipulation techniques is they try to ghost you. Anytime you see a woman that's into you, and now she's trying to be distant, or now she's trying to ghost you all of a sudden, it's because she can't control you. She can't get what she wants out of you. I think women are actually more controlling than men. They just do everything emotionally. Like they're basically, a lot of women out here, especially a lot of girls that are in the streets, a lot of them are psych majors. They love sociology. They love controlling and manipulating other people without having to use physical touch, without having to use their hands. So women try their hardest to control men. The men that they can't control is the man that's gonna put her on a national roller coaster, a natural roller coaster of emotions naturally. And that is the man that she's going to end up being obsessed with and attached to. That's why, some women, they say it in a more politically correct way, because women never want to tell the truth. Like, let's say you dealing with a psychiatrist, or like a woman, or any kind of woman that's trying to teach men how to improve, which I always tell dudes never go to women because they flat out liars. They politically correct. But one of the things that some of these women coaches will say to men is they'll say something like, you know, as women, we love busy men. Now, they gonna say they bullshit reasons as to why they love busy men. They be like, oh, because it shows he's making money. It shows this. He's not all up under us all the time. No. The reason they love busy men, and even men that aren't busy, that move to the beat of their own drum and doesn't give all their time to her, it puts her on a emotional roller coaster because her mind is wandering. She's thinking of some of the worst things, some of the best things. Her mind is all over the place, and that's what gets her more attached to you. So let's say, you know, you move it to the beat of your own drum. She trying to get a hold of you, but you too busy. Okay, her mind is gonna be like, what is he doing? Is he sleeping with another girl? Is he doing this? Is he out and about? What is he doing? Does he not love me anymore? All of these thoughts is gonna run through this girl's head. And contrary to what you believe, you think those thoughts running through her head is going to make her like you less. In actuality, those thoughts running through her head is actually going to make her like you more. If a woman ain't talking shit about you, that's a bad sign. If a woman ain't talking shit about you to her girlfriends, that is a bad sign. That means that you don't quite do it for her. The guy that she always talking shit about is the guy that she low-key is obsessed about. That ex-boyfriend that she keep talking shit about, low-key, she's obsessed with that guy. That guy still has her heart. If she ever ended up in a situation alone with that guy can have his way with her. That guy that she keep, unless he switched it up. So, because sometimes dudes leave as the bad guy and then they come back as the good guy, and then the woman really is done with him. When she first met him, he was the bad guy, moved to his own drum. And I'm just saying bad guy. These are not bad. These men aren't bad people. Women are trying to call them bad people because they want the majority of men to be simps so that they can get what they want out of men, but they only really give everything to the guy who is the opposite of all the other men. That's how women operate. That's how women roll. You feel me? My next video, I'm actually going to break down 2 minutes of this video for you just to show you guys that I am not lying. They actually did tests on this. They did studies on this. They actually, I'll give you a breakdown. I'll sum up the video, but then I'll actually do a response to it at a later date. So basically, there was a study. They had these girls looking at these guys. They made one group of guys. They said, hey, for you, one group of guys, we need you to be very engaged in the conversation with the woman. We need you to like answer her questions, you know, show her that you're engaged, that you're talking to her, that you want to listen. You know, if the conversation dies down, ask questions, like make the conversation interesting for the lady. All right, you next group of guys, I want you to be aloof. I want you guys to like not 100% be paying attention to the woman, talk less, say less, be less engaged, and then we're gonna do the study. They did the study. They asked the women which group, and they made the guys look similar, the guys dressed similar, they were pretty much, they had the same IQs. The guys were pretty much similar, just two separate groups. All of the women from that study said that the guys that were less engaged, they found more attractive. Let me repeat that shit. All of the guys that were less engaged, the women found more attractive. Why do you think that is? Some of you guys that studied psychology and stuff like that, you can leave it in the comments. You can tell me why that is. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one to sit down and play God and be like, oh, the reason that is because of this and blah, blah, blah. I'm not the one that's going to do that. I'm just going to tell you how it is and operate accordingly. I remember the days when I was the lover boy, over caring, stuff like that. It always ended bad. Some people think because they get a little success that is the best way to do something, and they have never tried the other way because they don't even have enough field results to try. Some guys never ever talk to women, ever. You seen the study that I had on my other video. 50% of guys never even approach the woman. They're terrified of women. How can you be a ladies' man while being terrified of women. Like, it doesn't even make any fucking sense. How can you have a rotation? How can you have a main chick? How can you have a chick that adores you? How can you have anything if you're scared and terrified of women? It makes zero sense. It makes no sense at all. So the first thing to help you even overcome your fear is you gotta learn to care less. Stop, care less about everything. Care less about the body count. Care less about the result. Care less about taking her home and sleeping with her. Jump into conversation. Allow the conversation to go wherever it goes. You know what I mean? When there are laws in the conversation, lead it somewhere. Now it's time for you to be a man and lead it somewhere. And watch how your results start to increase. Don't be afraid to talk to women. Who cares if they turn you down? Who cares if they reject you? Who cares if they talk shit about you? Girls that talk shit about men low-key find those men attractive. And it's only a matter of time that they're gonna hook up with that man if they keep crossing paths with that guy. Do you know how many girls in college that I hooked up with that said when they first saw me, they thought I was an asshole, they thought I was this, or they thought I was, you know, cocky, they thought I was a fuck boy, all this bullshit. Who gives a fuck what they thought? I still end up fucking them and they still end up being in rotation for a very long time. I can call them up, I can go over, whatever the case is. When they say stuff like this, see, this what happens with you guys. You guys have a couple girlfriends because you've been put in the friend zone, you ain't getting no pussy, and the girl is training you to be a bitch. She's training you to be a fucking beta, but she's not dating you. So she's telling you stuff. See, a lot of you guys is taking your advice from women low-key. A lot of you guys are taking advice from women, and that's why you suck. The woman is telling you stuff like, oh, I don't like it when guys don't text me back right away. Oh, I don't like it when guys aren't emotionally vulnerable. Oh, I don't like it when guys are, you know, emotionally closed off. And I don't like it when guys, you know, don't open up to me. They tell you all this bullshit because they trying to get you to be a bitch. And you sit around and you do everything she say, but she's still not fucking you. How do you think she knows that she doesn't like all this shit about guys? Because those are the guys that she's fucking. Those are the guys she's fucking. Those are the guys she can't manipulate and play games with. He doesn't care enough to fall for that bullshit. Those are the guys that she's fucking. Those are the guys that she wants something more serious with. But that guy has so many fucking options and she don't make the top of the list. She don't make the cut. She might even be fucking gorgeous. But she's not a good long-term relationship type girlfriend. When you peel back all the layers, you realize this girl can't raise her fucking kids. This girl can barely take care of her fucking self. It's not a long-term fucking option that I want. You'll even see some players marry the girl. He'll have rotation chicks that are gorgeous, and he will marry the girl that's less attractive because she has better long-term qualities. Or he will seriously take serious the girl that's less attractive than even the girls he has hooked up with, had in his rotation, because those girls have horrible mother qualities, horrible instincts. They weren't raised right. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do shit. They're not naturally fucking nurturing, or maybe they were naturally nurturing, but they turned that shit off because they trying to fucking be a man. You know what I mean? They trying to be more of a man in a man's world instead of just being their natural, loving, caring selves. Or they done been with too many guys who have damaged them. So why would a guy with options want damaged leftover goods? She got a little piece of DNA from each and every one of those guys who stuck dick in the raw. Why would I want damaged goods? Why would I want a girl that's on her last legs, but I want to take her in because she's beautiful and I want to save the day and I want to take her serious? After all these guys that ran through her, they didn't see nothing in her. But, you know what I mean? I see something in her. Come on, man. Come on, man. This ain't no motherfucking one man's trash is another man's treasure. This ain't what it is. Unless you into that, for real. Like, some guys is really into that. Move to the beat of your own drum. If you want a hoe and you want, you know what I mean, you want a chick that's just cute, you want a trophy wife, and you cool with making the money, You cool with helping around with the dishes. You cool with helping keep the house clean. You cool with helping taking care of the baby. You cool with all that extra bullshit. And then that's why you see some of these guys that's married, they be bald-headed and fucking broke. Stressed out, gray hair, bald-headed, broke as fuck. And then they get left. Bald-headed, stressed out, broke, left. Trying to do everything to accommodate the wife. The wife say, can you help me around, clean up the house? I mean, I know you work, but can you clean this? Can you do this? Can you help me with this? Motherfucker just a yes man. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Stretching himself thin as fuck. But the more you do that, the more her eyes wander for a guy that arouses her. Every time you allow a woman to dictate something in your life, she loses attraction and she loses respect for you. Every single fucking time. Every time you allow a woman to dictate something in your life, she loses respect, she loses attraction. If you have very high respect and attraction, let's say the attraction is at a 10. If you allow her to dictate one thing, it's not going to go all the way to a 0. It might go down to like a 9.8. So guys who have a lot of status, a lot of like have height, have all this shit, they can make more mistakes. But I'm probably talking to the average fucking guy when I'm talking through this goddamn camera. And the average guy is invisible to fucking women unless he knows these techniques and knows how to care less about women. And that's the only way an average guy is even going to be able to compete with a guy with high status. A guy with high status, he can make a few of those mistakes. But once her respect level gets to a certain threshold, she's leaving that guy too, no matter how much money he has, no matter nothing. She's going to leave that guy too, because a girl cannot love who she doesn't respect. If she is dating a billionaire and she's able to walk in his life, dictate his everything, dictate his schedule, dictate his life, just basically tell him whatever she want, make this guy help her clean up, make her guy hire her maid, make this guy do everything that she wants, even that guy she's going to lose respect for. Now her respect for him is high because he's a billionaire, so it's probably started at a 10, but it's going to keep chipping away. The more soft this guy is, the more this guy can't fucking, you know what I mean, can't activate her emotions and keep those emotions on a fucking roller coaster. The only way you keep a girl's emotions on a roller coaster is you as a man moving to the beat of your own drum. She can't tell you what you can and can't do. If you want to go out with the boys, hey, I'm going out with the boys. It is what it is. Well, if you go out with the boys, hey, I'm not finna go back and forth with you. I'm going out with the boys. It is what it is. You feel me? If you living with the chick, you feel me? Even if you living with the chick, you still gotta move to the fucking beat of your own drum. If she feels like she can dictate what you decide to do in your life, she's gonna lose respect for you, and your days are fucking numbered. And this is a majority of the USA. Most men are not men's men. They not real like that. And you can tell by looking at their wife. Kevin Gates had a line. He said this line perfectly. He said, when a guy's talking crazy to me, getting loud, getting aggressive, I don't look at him, I look at his woman. If his woman isn't terrified, I know this guy ain't like that. I know this guy just putting on the front. Because a woman who's really with a guy who's a man's man, who's willing to die for something, and she's seen him put in that position, and she's seen what he has done, what he's capable of. If she sees somebody arguing with her man, she is genuinely terrified and genuinely crying, trying to stop or break up what this situation is going to go to, because I know my man is crazy. I know my man will shut this whole fucking place down if you keep fucking with him and disrespecting him. I know the fucking man that I got. So when you really want to look at a man, look at his fucking woman. How is she respond? How is she responding? If an altercation finna go down and she just calm and she don't care, you know her man ain't about none of that shit he talking. But if the girl is genuinely terrified of the situation and it seems like it's heating up, and she's genuinely terrified because she knows the fucking man that she's with is a loose fucking cannon, you'll see it all over that girl's face. You'll see genuine fear. She will try to do everything in her power to not even let it get there. She'll try to hold her man back. Honey, please don't. I don't want you to go to jail again. Please don't. Like she'll be trying to talk this motherfucker into, we gotta, you know what I mean? We got a future together. We got a kid, blah, blah, blah. She gonna try to do everything in the power to not let it get up with this guy, because she know that this guy is a plumb fucking fool if she's a good woman. Some of you guys marrying these hood rat assholes that start the fucking drama and just want to watch. They want to see it get violent. That's not a good woman. That's a rotation chick at max. A good solid woman doesn't want to see her man in jail. A good solid woman doesn't want to see her man down bad. That's why I tell you guys, all you guys be... I had a girl in my comments talking about something, or I had somebody in one of my comments or whatever talking about something. I bet you're single. No, it's further from the truth. I had so many options that I was able to pick the best option for me. I remember when I went to jail. Somebody got out of line. I had to do what I had to do, whatever the case is. I remember when I went to jail. The girl that I picked to be my main chick, without question, 4 o'clock in the morning, she at the jail, bailing me out, waiting for me to get out. Without question. No arguing, no, none of that shit. Without question. Anytime I got into a heated argument and she was around, she did everything in her power to stop whatever was finna go down to go down. Solid chick. But you get some of these little hood rat hoes, they want to see it happen. They want to see you in jail for life. They might even fucking instigate it. They might even start talking shit to the other dude. You ain't gonna do shit. My man gonna fuck you up. My man gonna kill you. You ain't gonna do shit. And y'all be making these bitches y'all main bitch. You see, y'all, this is a rotation, bitch. You don't take her nowhere. Strictly, you try to keep it strictly, meet here, get fucked. Meet here, get fucked. Because as a man, most men have extreme, selfish, very real men, I guess. Men have sexual needs that in most cases one woman can't provide. Women have periods, women have a lot of stuff going on. In most cases, most women can't provide the level of effort that it takes to keep up with their man's sexual needs. Like in actuality, if I really wanted to, I could probably bust about 3 to 5 nuts a day. One girl can't keep up with that. She just can't fucking do it. You feel me? She gotta keep the house clean. She gotta cook. She gotta motherfucking, especially if you got kids, she gotta watch the kids. She got a lot of shit to fucking do. She can't just be sucking your dick every motherfucking time you need to suck. Now she gonna suck it every day, at least. You feel me? Or pretty much, you know what I mean, when she can. But motherfucker, she can't keep up with, most women can't keep up with a man's sexual needs, for real. Most women cannot keep up, not one woman. It's too big of a task for one woman to keep up with a man's sexual needs. That's where the rotation bitches come in. But the rotation bitches, you can't take most of them serious. They might be fucking gorgeous. They might be the perfect type in the looks category for you. But outside of looking good and having good pussy and be able to suck good dick, she's useless. There's a reason she's still single and she's this hot. Just always tell yourself this, guys. If you dealing with a girl that's hot as fuck and she's single, or she's hot as fuck and she's acting like she's single, basically she's still in the club, her man is nowhere to be found, all this bullshit, giving her number out. I run into a lot of these motherfucking girls in Miami. That's because even though they're beautiful, the only man that they were able to keep was a simp. And they don't respect the simp, so they still want to hook up with the fuck boys, the alphas. Let these women make up whatever fucking names they want to make up about guys that get a lot of pussy. At the end of the day, that guy is doing something right. They can call him a fuck boy, they can call him a ladies man, they can call him whatever the fuck they want to call the guy. At the end of the day, that guy is doing something fucking right in order to get all those women wanting to suck his dick. So the guys that aren't the fuck boys, the simps, the whatever, they even are in relationships with bad bitches, and that bitch is still doing single girl shit. I got an example right now of a chick that I just I met her a while ago, and the first time I seen her, she was all down for linking up, gave me her number, all this shit. Second time I seen her, you know what I mean, she was looking good and shit, and then she was just like, oh, we met before, da da da. And she's like, oh, I didn't tell you last time I had a boyfriend. I'm like, why the fuck you didn't tell me that? Come to find out, so I go on her Instagram, not only can you not find her boyfriend, you gotta go so deep into one of her pictures, one scroll through on a fucking, like, fucking old story highlight, you can see this guy hugging up on her. And he looks like a fucking lame. You feel me? This is why she's still acting like a single girl. This is why she's still going out to the bars. This is why she's still dressing provocative. This is why she's still looking all good on her Instagram. At the end of the day, this guy is just a placeholder for her. She's gonna break that guy's heart because she doesn't really love him for real. She doesn't really love that guy for real. And a lot of girls is in these relationships where they with these placeholders. They with these guys that do everything they say. They hate everything about the guy, but he's the safe fucking choice. And this guy might propose to her. She might even say yes, because a woman has nothing to lose when she gets married. A woman gets it all when she gets married. She gets to fucking walk down the aisle. Her friends are jealous. She has the white dress. They can do the bachelorette party. All on the fucking guy's dime. And whenever she feels like she's done with this and she can't take anymore, she is gone like the wind. And don't let that guy have some fucking money. She taking half that shit too. The guys that keep her emotionally engaged, keep her emotions like a roller coaster, and the only way that they do this is by, really, you don't gotta really do much to keep a girl emotionally engaged, because at the end of the day, all you gotta do is move to the beat of your own drum. Girls are naturally controlling. They want to try to turn you into a fucking pet. The guy that she can't turn into the pet is the guy that she's attached to. And the reason that she wants to test to see if you become her pet is because she always wants to know that she got the best option. She doesn't want to waste her beautiful years with a guy who isn't the best that she feels like she could get. That's why you see some guys, the girl starts out being attached to them, but then they start caring too much, and then the girl over time loses attraction for that guy. Because now he's moving to the beat of her drum. And that is the turn off for her. That's turning her off. And her respect just keeps lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and until it gets to a certain point to where she just walks away. She just can't do it no more. Some girls, that point can be all the way down to 2 to 3, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Every girl has their own fucking respect threshold that when they hit it, they out. How come you guys don't see the girls talking about leaving the man that cheats on them? They cry about being cheated on, but they stay with that man. They don't leave the man until he starts caring too much. That's when it's time to leave. Once they lose respect for the guy, that's when they start leaving. A guy that's motherfucking cheating, moving to the beat of his own drum, she respects that guy. This is who he is. He's not allowing me to dictate who the fuck he is. And like I said, if you have all your shit together, you can compromise some. So just because she loses some respect for you, that doesn't mean that it's going to get low enough on the threshold for her to actually walk away. So for some guys, you can actually compromise some and still keep her if you have everything else in line. Smell good, look good, height, money, all that stuff, right? But for the guys that aren't on the top echelon of attraction, you can't make many mistakes. She already doesn't respect you because you probably barely made her attraction threshold. So if you barely made the attraction threshold, there's very little room where you can make mistakes. I'll give you the perfect example, like the NBA, right? The NBA, if you aren't a certain height, you can't play in the NBA. But if you're a short player, like let's say you're a 6 foot player, you're 6'1", 6'2" player, like Steph Curry, he's 6'2", he's on the shorter side. When you're on the shorter side, you damn near gotta be that much better, and you gotta make even way less mistakes in order for you to stay in the league. You gotta be that good. Like, imagine a guy that's in the NBA that's like 5'8", 5'9". You gotta damn near be perfect Like, you gotta damn near make no mistakes for them to be able to justify putting your short ass on the court with all these goddamn trees. You gotta be elite. So for you average guys, you can't be caring too fucking much. You can't make the mistakes that a tall guy can make. He can make a few mistakes. She's still gonna have respect for him. He can stumble a couple times. But, and I know tall guys. I know tall guys that look like models and shit. They get initial attraction like crazy from women. But then some of them, they still simps. So then when the woman gets to know them, the woman is out. Because he made too many mistakes. Even though the initial attraction was there, she even probably fucked him. But then once she feel like this dude care too much and all that shit like that, she's still in the back of her mind feel like, oh, this is not the best I can get. Something is off with this guy. So then if she loses respect for the guy, now she's looking for ways to exit the situationship or relationship or whatever the fuck it is. But a girl that doesn't lose respect for her man because he doesn't care too fucking much, she'll stay for years. She will even get married to somebody else because she know that you won't take her serious. She'll get married to somebody else and still be afraid of losing you as her guy friend, which both of you guys know she's gonna hook up with you when she has time. So that's just me being 100% honest. And I've been 100% honest on all my videos. These girls, this is what they respond to. I'm actually in the field. I know what fucking works. Stop listening to all these people who only talk to a girl here or there, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Can't keep a girl, can't keep none of that shit. The one who cares less has the leverage in the fucking relationship. If you find yourself caring too much about her opinion, what she think, trying to please her, you lost. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.